Hello friends, I was reading my Bible and came across Matthew 5, I think it's verse 13, where Jesus told in Sermon of Mount that you are the salt of this earth. And I started thinking why Jesus called the salt. Why nothing else? What salt has to do where Jesus called his listeners that you are the salt of this earth? You know this salt, we can get this can of salt. It's very cheap. You can get it for $1 or sometimes you can get 2 of them for $1. And why Jesus used this cheapest thing to represent his people? And then I realized that there is something more to it. When Jesus used this word salt, it got to have some meaning, and it triggered me to look into some study or research on Google. I found that the word celery, it came from celerium, and the Latin word celerium, and celerium means salt money. And in Roman soldiers were used to paid sometimes in salt as a payment. And actually some people believe that the word soldier also came from word sal ader, salt money. Celerium, that is salt money. From that we received the word salary. And also soldiers, salader, came from the same word because the soldiers, Roman soldiers particularly, Roman soldiers were paid sometimes in salt for their salary. That means salt was not that cheap at time of Jesus. Actually, it was very expensive. It was considered as a very valuable. So think about that. All Jesus' listeners were ordinary people. They were fishermen and poor and rejected and neglected. And when Jesus told them that you are the salt of this earth, how they must have felt that you are so precious, you are so valuable. They might not have realized that we matter something to somebody. And Jesus here telling these people that, guys, you are not ordinary, you are the salt. And I think sometimes we don't understand our own value. And in God's eyes, we are very precious. We are very, very valuable. And then I came across that something word called a salt covenant. We have heard about this old covenant and new covenant and covenant that God made with Abraham. They are all important. But the salt covenant, and it is so interesting that in particularly in Leviticus 2:13, and if you read Numbers 18:19, where God says that with every offering you have to add salt. Every offering you have to add salt, and from there it came the word salt covenant. Basically, the salt represents the friendship. God says that I wanted to have with you a very intimate relationship of friendship where, we can share everything with our friends, the close friends. The things that we cannot tell to anybody, but we can share them with friends. And God says that I wanted to have a friendship with you. So with every offering, God says that you add salt. You can read in Leviticus 2:13 or you can read in Numbers 18:19. God instructed them with every offering you add salt. Not only that, if you read 2 Chronicles 13:5, God made a covenant with David. And he says that in 2 Chronicles 13:5, don't you know that the Lord, the God of Israel, has given the kingship of Israel to David and his descendants forever by a covenant of salt. So God gave David the kingship with a covenant of salt. It's fascinating when God says that add salt to offering, and God says that you are the salt of this earth. I want you to execute the covenant of salt with you. That means God says that you are valuable and I want you to be your friend. A friend who you can lean on, a friend you can share everything, a friend who will partake your burden and your sorrow. So think about that. You are salt of this earth. Means you are precious, you are valuable, and God value your friendship. And God is looking to have that closeness with you. You are not ordinary. God loves you so much. God bless you.